What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we're getting into the Atlanta Falcons 2023 NFL Draft. So let's get started. This is our last episode of this series. We're going to get into the undrafted free agents after this and then work on the 2024 summer scouting. So I'm very excited for that, but let's get into this first. So, with their first round pick, they got Bijan Robinson at the eighth overall pick. I gave this a B. I thought he was a top 5 prospect. I believe I had him as my third overall prospect. I think it was third overall behind Jalen Carter and Will Anderson. I had him as number 3. So he's 5'11", 215 pounds. His speed to power ratio is really, really good. If you've watched our video, I don't know, before this series, we did a breakdown of Bijan Robinson. It is on the channel somewhere. And we talked about his pro comp being Melvin Gordon, slightly slower Melvin Gordon. I know Melvin Gordon was 4.37 or something like that, 4.41 type speed. He doesn't have that top speed, but everything else, his vision is good. His instincts, his ability to cut inside, outside, his hands are really good. The only thing that I would say he doesn't really have would be one, top end speed, which he's about a 4.5 guy. I know he ran a 4.45 at his pro day. I think he plays at a higher weight than that. He's more of like a 4.5 kind of guy. And then also pass protection. He's not a great pass protector. But everything else, contact balance, his power, his vision, his hands, everything you would ask for in a running back he has. So I'm very excited to see how Atlanta uses him. With Arthur Smith, he's got another weapon over there. This is a very exciting pick. Their next pick, hey, we got ourselves a running back. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a tackle. So we got Matthew Bergeron, the offensive lineman from Syracuse. I think he's a left tackle. I think he can work at left tackle. He's 6'5", 320 pounds. Everyone talks about him as a guard, and I agree. I think he'd be a smooth moving guard, someone that can move in a zone system, which I think they're going to be playing more. But he's wouldn't survive if they tried to switch to a gap power scheme. He's not going to blow anyone off the ball. He's more of a zone runner at guard. But at tackle, I think that's where you start him. I would start him at tackle. You guys have, I know that they have, who do they have? They have Jake Matthews there at left tackle still. I don't know. I probably sounded dumb right there. But their offensive line is pretty good. This is someone that's going to plug in. Could probably play right tackle as well. He's someone that will plug in day one, and I think he could play really anywhere other than center and be a good addition to this offensive line. Zach Harrison was their third-round pick at pick 75. He's an edge rusher from Ohio State. I gave this a C+. I think this is slightly higher or slightly lower than I thought he would go, but not by much. I thought he would be a very early third-round pick. This is a mid third-round pick. So he's 6'6", 275 pounds. So he's super big, long, and strong. He's athletic for 275 pounds. The only thing is he's not the most consistent player. There are times when he is just dominant in pass rush. There are times where he is holding up 2 guys that are trying to double team him and he's holding his ground. And there are other times that he just kind of takes himself out of the play. So if they could get him to play a little more disciplined, I think this is a guy who will contribute very, very early and make some splash plays for you on the defense. He can play in all the way. He can obviously. I think it depends on the situation, but he's probably going to live at that 7 technique to 5 technique. And then if you're going to go to a long third down, you can put him down at the 3 technique and just let him go and let him have some fun with some interior pass rushing. So I like that pick. The next pick, Clark Phillips III. I hate how far this man fell. 4th round pick 113. I had an early 2nd round grade on him. So maybe this is me being frustrated because I liked him a lot. He's 5'9", 185 pounds. But Emmanuel Forbes, 6'1", 160. And he got picked at pick 16. So I don't really understand why he fell so far. He's an elite athlete, really good ball skills and instincts. He diagnoses plays as they go. Yeah, he can't tackle very well. His man coverage skills are good. His zone coverage skills are amazing. But he struggles to tackle. I know he likes playing outside corner, and maybe it's because he's a 5'9", 185-pound outside corner. Fine, move him into the nickel. I think he can live outside. I really do. I think he can live outside. But if you want, move him into the nickel. Why is he a fourth-round pick? Why is this not an early third-round pick at the latest? A guy that has this kind of skills. Everything you look for in a corner, except he's 5'9", 185 pounds. That's it. I think this one is going to make a lot of NFL GMs look like fools, and I think he's going to have a long, flourishing career playing everywhere on the defense. This is a guy who you could probably move to safety if you really wanted to, and he'd play Pro Bowl level safety. I put that stamp on him. I think he is that good anywhere on the defensive end. It frustrates me seeing him fall this far. I really don't understand it. So, all right, that's my rant on him. Now let's go to 7th-round pick, DeMarco Hellams, the safety from Alabama. This is a guy who played safety for a few years at Alabama. He played behind a bunch of elite safeties, but he got on the field relatively early. He is 6'1", 215 pounds, and he's just a really good tackling safety, someone who's going to play box safety for you, meaning he's going to play down low. He's going to be inside with those linebackers, but he's got good enough instinct where you play him in that robber role. If you put him in zone coverage over there, you can play some interesting things. You can blitz him. He's going to play very well. He's just a guy who please don't put him man-to-man on anyone. That's kind of what he is. He's limited athletically. He kind of plays like a more athletic linebacker, but that's fine. In this day and age, we love guys like that. We find roles for guys like that. So I think this is a good pick. He's going to be a special teamer, and also I think he can start as one of their box safeties, someone that plays in specific roles for them. I think this is a guy who will do that. I think he can start in that role day one, so being your 4th safety. And then their last pick is Javon Gwynn, the interior offensive lineman from South Carolina. Again, I think this guy is he going to start for you? Probably not. But he's smart. He's technically sound. He is fairly athletic, and he can play 3 of the 5 offensive line spots. All the interior, he can play center, he can play left and right guard. He's probably a guy who is just going to be a backup. But if you're looking for a backup, you want someone that's versatile. So you got the swing tackle is going to be a backup, and this guy. So if you're going to roster 7 on game day, I think he's going to be one. So if your left guard goes down, he can go in. Your center goes down, he can plug in there. If your right guard goes down, well, he's going to plug in there as well. This is a guy in the 7th round. I really like this one as well. I think these last 3 picks, their 4th-round pick with Clark Phillips III, DeMarco Hellams, the safety from Alabama, and now this kid are all going to make the roster, are all going to contribute to this team's success, and everyone's going to wonder how they made it so long. So that's all I've got to say about this one. If you guys enjoyed the series, please go ahead and leave a like and comment down below what your favorite pick was in the entire NFL draft. Tomorrow we will go ahead and look at who we think a couple undrafted free agents are for each team that we think have a good chance of making the roster. So appreciate you guys stopping in here. Have a good day. Peace.